Jesus' teachings and legacy have been a source of inspiration and guidance for millions of people around the world. One of the most significant messages that Jesus conveys is the importance of believing in oneself. In a world filled with self-doubt, criticism, and negativity, it can be challenging to maintain a positive self-image and trust in our abilities. However, Jesus offers a unique perspective on self-belief, one that is rooted in faith, love, and redemption. According to the Bible, Jesus teaches that we are all children of God, created in His image and likeness. This means that we possess inherent value, worth, and dignity, regardless of our past mistakes, current circumstances, or future uncertainties. Jesus encourages us to recognize and embrace our true identity as beloved sons and daughters of God, and to live accordingly. When we understand that we are loved, accepted, and valued by God, we begin to see ourselves in a new light. We start to believe in our potential, our strengths, and our capabilities. Jesus also models a life of humility, compassion, and service. He shows us that true strength lies not in self-reliance or self-promotion, but in surrendering to God's will and living for the benefit of others. By following Jesus' example, we learn to let go of our need for control, perfection, and recognition, and instead, focus on serving, giving, and living. This shift in perspective helps us to build confidence in ourselves, not because of our achievements or accomplishments, but because of our relationship with God and our commitment to living a life of purpose and meaning. Moreover, Jesus' teachings emphasize the importance of faith and trust in God's plan. He encourages us to have faith in His goodness, His love, and His sovereignty, even when we don't understand what's happening in our lives. By putting our trust in God, we begin to trust ourselves, our intuition, and our decision-making abilities. We learn to listen to our inner voice, to pay attention to our values and principles, and to make choices that align with our deepest aspirations. This faith-based approach to self-belief helps us to overcome self-doubt, fear, and anxiety, and to develop a sense of inner peace, clarity, and direction. Another significant way Jesus gives us the strength to believe in ourselves is through His promise of forgiveness and redemption. We all make mistakes, and we all face setbacks and failures. However, Jesus' message of forgiveness and mercy reminds us that our past does not define us, and that we are not limited by our weaknesses or shortcomings. Instead, we are offered a fresh start, a new beginning, and a second chance to try again, to learn, and to grow. This realization frees us from the burden of guilt, shame, and regret, and empowers us to move forward with confidence, hope, and optimism. Finally, Jesus' presence in our lives provides us with a sense of companionship and support. He walks with us through the ups and downs of life, offering guidance, comfort, and encouragement. Through prayer, reflection, and meditation, we can connect with Jesus and tap into His wisdom, love, and strength. The spiritual connection helps us to stay grounded, focused, and motivated, even in the face of challenges and uncertainties. We begin to see that we are not alone, that we are part of a larger community of believers, and that we have access to a profound source of inner strength and resilience. In conclusion, Jesus' teachings and legacy offer a profound and transformative message about believing in oneself. By recognizing our true identity as children of God, surrendering to God's will, trusting in His plan, embracing forgiveness and redemption, and connecting with His presence, we can develop a deep and abiding sense of self-belief. This faith-based approach to self-confidence helps us to overcome self-doubt, build inner strength, and live a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. As we reflect on Jesus' teachings and example, we are reminded that believing in ourselves is not about self-reliance or self-promotion, but about trusting in God's love, goodness, and sovereignty, and living a life that honors and reflects His presence in our lives.